What's up, guys? Bones from Slasher Radio here, and we have a real treat for the horror fans this week. We're about to be joined by Damian Maffei. He was the man in the mask in The Strangers Pray at Night, the devil in 2019's Haunt, Johnny Slaughter in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, and he has some great upcoming projects like the events surrounding a Peeping Tom and his appearance in the Slasher Trash documentary, and so much more, and we're going to get into all of it. We also talk behind-the-scenes stuff from The Strangers Pray at Night and Haunt, a ton of in-depth conversation about the movie industry, including a weird story from the Myspace days. And in the middle of all of it, we stop randomly to have arguments about horror movies. This conversation is a dream for real horror fans, and we know you're going to love it. We'll be back next week with Art the Clown himself, David Howard Thornton, and Alex from Select to Play to talk the upcoming arcade game, Art the Clown coming into Fortnite, David playing the Joker, and so much more. The week after that, we'll be joined by Tim Willits from Saber Interactive to break down the upcoming Hellraiser Revival game. And the week after that, we'll have Mike P. Nelson, the director of Jason Universe's Sweet Revenge and the upcoming Silent Night, Deadly Night remake. It's been a hell of an October so far, and we have more to come. So don't forget to slash those like and subscribe buttons because you don't want to miss any of this. Now let's get to the great Damian Maffei. Speaking of great days, Damian, what's going on?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, okay.
We hear you now. We're bitching about fantasy football. Don't mind us.
Oh, I won't mind you. You can do that. You can do it. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound good.
What? Do I sound?
You sound good.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, fine. No.
You sound good too.
Thank you. How's it going, man? How's your night?
It's all right.
Thanks for hopping on, though, with the appreciate.
I wouldn't miss it. Wouldn't miss it. Lots to talk about.
Oh, yeah. You get to talk to me, too, so I'm sure that...
Oh, yeah. That's a thrill.
That's great.
So much excitement.
Yeah. I'm a little rusty with these things, yeah. I only do them for you.
Yeah, no. Speaking of that, we can hop right into it. I guess you are Mr. Damian Maffei, still hold the record for being the guest on, I believe it's 4 times you've been on this show now, 5 maybe. I forgot to go and look, but you still hold the record for most guest appearances on the show.
Do I get like a jacket, like a 5-time jacket kind of thing? You know, like when you host Saturday Night Live? No?
We don't quite have Saturday Night Live budget.
No, Mikey, I'll pay for it.
Rob will take you out for lunch.
Well, I hear there's a shirt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited for the shirt.
Would you like to explain this shirt, Cass?
It's just, we have a fan club, the I Hate Mikey fan club, and there's shirts available, and all the proceeds go to not Mikey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I didn't know we had a shirt like that.
Yeah.
I want to know that.
It's a work in process, but
All right.
when we're ready to post about it, it'll be on the internet, and probably we'll sell it right away.
And it's not like, I don't want to hear people, online bullying, because he's fucking toxic. He's just an antagonist.
This is the last thing I need. I'm not gonna
Like,
lie.
I just mind my fucking business on social media. If I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go on Twitter. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go on there, and it's like, oh hey, check out this movie, and it's like, yeah, check it out if you want to see something that fucking sucks.
I did not do well. Sometimes I might have did that.
Your taste is fucking.
I was gonna say that's a good impression.
Dick cheese. It's like, Jesus, man. It's just like,
I have notably, for quite some time, Damian and I have been at each other about our movie taste. If you like better movies, dude, that wouldn't happen. Some might say it's your fault.
Mike, it's always your fault. Come on.
yeah, so like you'll say that, right? And I mean, I'm just gonna let it go. But I could be like, for those listening, his better movies are like Friday the 13th Part 7, and I'm talking about like art and stuff, and the horror movies a little something to him. And he's just like, well, I mean, Part 6 versus Part 7. Shut up.
Part 7 is horrible. I do not stand up for Part 7.
I can't fucking keep track of which one of those you like. Who cares?
Maybe we'll get to it later.
They're
We'll
all the
see.
same.
Oh boy. Oh, so you're gonna just piss off Friday the 13th fans out of the ring?
Out of the gate. Out of the
I don't
gate.
care.
They are all the same.
Big news today. Did you see WWE's Braun Strowman might be playing Jason in the new Friday the 13th movie?
Great.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of talk about that over the next week.
Yes, there will be.
Why not? My mailman could play Jason.
I could play Jason. Come on.
You could play Jason.
Well, are you? I mean, come on. You got to have some respect for what Kane Hodder brought to the character, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Look, I know Kane. Love Kane.
Yeah. Look, you're trying to get Damian in trouble with Kane. I have my opinions about
I'm just
Kane
saying.
that he would hate a lot more. But yeah, no, Cass, we cannot have a Canadian Jason. Come on now. We
You
can't.
know
you
what?
can.
I don't want to go off on a thing here, but just for the people that I've upset, is that the stuff that I've done in the mask stuff. I think that's silly stuff too. It's shenanigans. So I'm not just bagging on Jason. So if you can do Jason, do it. It's fun, and then you're part of the history and the trivia. But I'm not going to stand here and act like it's Macbeth or something, or even Macbeth's mailman.
I wasn't going to bring it up this time around because me and you always get into this debate, and I'm not standing. This is not me standing up for Kane Hodder by any means right now. But me and you always get into it about the mask stuff, and that there is things to go in that performance, and you throw it away a lot more than you should.
It's fun. It was fun. Look, doing Strangers Pray at Night. It was the best time of my life. It was like fantasy camp, but it wasn't. I was like, oh man, I really got to dive in, really get in the headspace here. Oh, what's my motivation? Nope, it's nothing. It's like, I'm going to do a little eye thing or something. Kane, it was like, I'm going to breathe really heavy, do the whole chest thing. Even though he's
the whole
undead.
chest thing.
Even though he's not alive, breathing, really breathing. That's great.
He was breathing his ass off. That is tricky.
Because what else can you do? You can't do much.
But has it occurred to you that maybe it is difficult to do that? It just comes naturally to you. Maybe you're just naturally gifted in that area.
Well, I mean, I do think. Is this what we're talking about?
I don't know. I'm just
I
going
said I
with the
wasn't going to bring it
conversation.
Oh, look. When the Strangers was presented to me, I originally, because I was just miserable, not like the cheery kind I am now, but just in a miserable place. I had quit acting. I lived in friggin' Maine. And then, my friend John was like, hey, we're doing The Strangers too. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And, he said, do the bad guy, do the villain. And I was like, I don't want to. And, he was like, what are you talking about? You love horror movies. You love this stuff. I was like, yeah, I know. But it's not acting. It's just going to upset me to watch other people act. And I was like, I was being a real bitch and up my own ass. I was like, no, I'm already out. And this is going to bring me a smidge in. But I read the script, so I did it. But while I was doing it, I was like, oh, there is some frustration here because you are so handcuffed. You go to acting school and, it's about using, maintain your face, your voice, your toolkit and all that shit's gone. Got a fucking bag on my head. Can't run, all that, so I was when I read that script and I read the scene in the van with the father, I was like, oh, here's a moment where I could probably, if I'm allowed to, I can set the pace for this, and I could probably sneak in a little something. So, there was stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know, it was back in the days, a lot of stunt guys, because they fit in the suit or they were there, did these things. And, it wasn't a glamorous job. There was no conventions. So they were just I'm the asshole that's got to do this. So they weren't thinking about it. And, they just did it. And sometimes it stood out a little more than the other.
But it is awesome that I said I wasn't going to bring it up, but here we are down this road. But in a positive light of it, it is awesome. And horror is really the only genre where you can get a character like that. That is limited. And, your toolbox is kind of stripped a lot. But they become these cult classics, which I feel like, I tell you all the time, I feel like you have made your way into that class where, you look at the Kane Hodders and all these people who have played mass villains, Michael Myers with Nick Castle and all that. where you are able to go to these cons and do these things, and you become kind of a cult icon within the genre through roles like your Man of the Mask and Strangers 2. How is that side of things with it? Because that is pretty cool.
I think that's really, that's a cool aspect of it, that you can do these things, and that's embraced by, a community. Although, I mean, it's not really a community. It's more like an asylum.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, that is special. That's cool. And like during, like something like Strangers, while we were filming, that it was, I kind of knew everything that was going to come there. Like I knew, because it was a PR person on that movie, and she didn't know anything about horror, and she's, and the money people and the company, and the PR people, they don't care about the villains, just bodies, and like, there's a lack of respect from that camp towards, the bad guys, the masked bad guys, because you got your face stars, so you gotta pamper them and lay down so they can walk over you over puddles and stuff, and so like, but I knew, and I said as much. Said to my friend John, who's one of the producers and stuff, was like, it's the horror asylum that I think that was the name of a site once. I wonder if that's still around. Horror Asylum? I think so. Anyway, that, like, it's the bad guys that they're going to hold on to. They're going to be on the T-shirts and the lunch boxes and the sneakers and stuff. And like, that's what's going to live on for this movie afterwards. Not these fucking face people.
It's not
like
wrong.
These actor people. Yeah. Like, who knows if those people have even worked again? I don't know. That guy fought in the pool. Like, what has he done?
Yeah. That's right. I mean, I've got Crocs that have Jason Voorhees on them. I don't have Crocs with Amy Steele's face on them or anything.
Louis Pullman Crocs? I mean, they probably are, actually. And he deserves them.
At the risk of bringing up a sore subject, I don't know. I don't know the answer to this, and I don't know how you feel about it one way or another. But since we're talking about The Strangers, was there any talk? Were you approached about coming back for Rennie Harlin's trilogy?
No.
Okay.
No one said anything. I think. I mean, imagine that to anyone involved in the other movies. It's a completely different group.
Yeah.
It's not Marvel, so I didn't make a cameo as, mailman or something.
Which I feel was a huge misstep, honestly. Like, because you were such a beloved character for, if you look around, and again, for what it's worth, like a lot of people put stock into social media, and most, I don't think people should. But, like if you look around social media, like you are beloved from that role, and it was like mind blowing that they didn't reach out to you for that. But yeah, I also feel like that damn movie, it did a lot of good for Strangers Pray at Night, because you and I have had this conversation before where a lot of people aren't able to, I think the first watch, Pray at Night, is, a little jarring because you're expecting something different, but it's one of those movies that people have come back to, kind of like Halloween 3 and Jason X and like those kind of movies where they get such a different response when they come out, but then a little while later the people are like, oh, this is actually good.
Look, I mean, you're saying stuff that we like, I feel felt like, and Johannes knew, we all knew, like fucking Nostradamus, because like while we were filming it, like this movie's gonna get crucified.
Oh yeah, because
I mean, we've been horror fans all our lives. Like we know, like the only things that really get money for the most part are things with an IP. And then those are also the things that get absolutely trashed. People go in to hate them. And I knew that Pray at Night was going to be, a kind of a hate watch go in, because it's not the original. And it was like, we were just having fun. It's like, how dare you have fun? And so like we knew it was going to get, torched. But I also distinctly remember saying, like, give it 5 years and people return to like, well, I mean, that wasn't that bad, so like they do with like fucking Congo. So like, it's time we revisit Congo and admit it wasn't as, no, it was. It is as bad as it was back then.
Oh yeah, there's some movies where they deserve to. Yeah. Absolutely. I say that about Halloween 3 all the time. I don't know even know how you feel about Halloween. That movie should have stood in the shit bin.
I feel that Halloween 3 has some good moments. I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as people were pretending, and I don't feel that's as good as that champion group now. And Exorcist 3 as well is the same thing. There's people out there that are like, it's a hot take, but Exorcist 3 is the best of the franchise. What? Come on. And look, I mean, it's got fucking George C. Scott in it, so it was never going to be bad. You can't make a bad movie with George C. Scott. And it has some great stuff, but it's also way too long, and there's some dopey stuff going on.
Yeah. That one, I believe, gets a little too much love. And Mikey, let's not talk about. I don't want to fight in front of the guest, but come on, Dr. Dan Chalice is the greatest character in cinematic history.
You're just going to say that out loud? That's crazy. All right. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Moving on. Damian, we could talk about a movie where you wore a mask for half of it. You also had, I feel, this character had a lot of depth. And obviously, we're talking about Haunt. It's the Halloween season. I'm looking at a calendar for when this is going to be coming out. So Halloween will be at this moment in the future, a little over 2 weeks away. How does it feel to be part of really the first, like the cult classic Halloween movie that we've gotten since probably Trick or Treat? Is that fair to say? Do you realize that, or do you disagree with it?
I probably disagree with it.
Really?
It sounds nice. Yeah, I mean, Haunt was another great experience, and it was. When was that? I think we filmed that like 3 months after Strangers in the same area too, like literally down the block with the same crew and same DP, who was not from there. Just like, so it was like kind of a little family, a little team. I mean, I forgot about Haunt. It got delayed and ran into some real problems with like bullshit red tape and scumbags. So it went on just long enough where I did forget about Haunt. And then it was like, Haunt's going to come out. And then it did like 18 theaters or something for like a weekend, which is not what I think anyone had in mind. But Hellfest had come out prior to that and did not do well.
Right.
And then it was like, it's going right to Shudder. And that was disappointing. But in retrospect, as a horror fan, I feel like it may have been the best for the movie. At least that's what I thought, because like it didn't come out in theaters, wide release. You know how like people go in there and they're just like, this had some money and it's in theaters and I hate it. So, because the way some people are. So I feel like it's sneaking out and kind of like word of mouth, pushing it around. People are like, I mean, I put on this movie Haunt while I was doing my nails, and it's like, it's really fucking cool and all this stuff. So I feel like, reception wise, it fared better, but I for the most part, I mean, like, I don't hear about Haunt too much.
Really?
I know, there's official toys and the masks, and it had a lot of shirts.
Yeah.
It felt like it had more merchandise than it warranted. Like every season, when the Halloween fall comes around, there's an uptick, and then I see people, really, glowing about it. But if like, I do drag myself to a convention, Haunt really doesn't come up much.
That's shocking.
That is very surprising. I would think that the convention crowd would be the crowd that would really be excited about Haunt.
No.
Because it is sort of still a cult film. I mean, but I feel like every year I'm seeing people online who discover it. Like, I feel like it's getting a bigger audience every year. So I'm really surprised at like a con, you don't get a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely, picks up fans, just not that much, I think. And, the writers and directors of it are brilliant. It's like they did my favorite movie from last year, Heretic, with Hugh Grant.
I didn't know that was the same people. Heretic was excellent. Yeah,
it was fantastic, but also, like, people are like, so, like, what was your favorite movie of the year? You see Substance, you see, I'm like, Heretic. They're like, what is that? I'm like, Hugh Grant. They're like, Oh, yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Heretic was great. It was.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, if I go to a convention, it's usually Prey at Night stuff. And then, like, at least when I was doing them, there was this video game I was a part of. People were into that. But
yeah. Not a lot of Wrong Turn?
Never a Wrong Turn.
Really? That's kind of special. I mean, that was a big movie.
You know what? Wrong Turn was that was so cool to be a part of. Again, that was kind of in the vicinity of where we did Pride Night and Haunt. So that was in Ohio. So it was
oh God.
Pride Night was in Kentucky, right? On the border of Cincinnati. So was Haunt, and then Wrong Turn was all over Ohio, but so it was again pretty much the same crew. And I love that director, Mike Nelson, who's doing all sorts of crazy stuff now. Great stuff. Well, like when I first read that script, I was like, oh my God, and it was the original creator that wrote it. So that it was nothing like those other Wrong Turn things. Me, I was like, oh, this is cool. And also it's going to enrage a lot of people who it's going to breed Wrong Turn fans of the original.
True.
Who are going to come out and be like, you ruined my childhood. And it's like, I never see anybody talking about the fucking Wrong Turn movies. But like, I knew people were going to come out and be like, should have just called it something else, whatever. And it's valid.
Yeah.
But that movie was slated for a wide theater release. And COVID.
Yeah.
COVID knocked it down to a one-night Fathom event. And that's pretty heartbreaking. More so for Mike Nelson, the director and the people, you're going to have a wide theatrical release that could run for, however long. And then it's a one-night Fathom event. And it mostly just went into the void. I mean, it's, I know it was on Showtime for a while now. I know Showtime doesn't exist anymore, but I never hear about it. People will be at a convention or something and be like, oh, you were in Wrong Turn? Oh, I love that. Wait, which one were you? How old are you? I'm like, it's from 2021. Oh, what was that? Part 8 or something? I'm like, no, it's not one of the porn ones. It's I don't care. This.
But that is very true though, that it annoys the shit out of me when things like that happen, where people something will happen, a movie will come out or whatever it is, and you'll see someone who has never, ever, ever mentioned that franchise ever. Yeah. That act like, oh, you ruined my favorites. Dude, what the fuck? And I thought that was kind of Wrong Turn, because they did you guys came out and said it was going to be something very different, and you were very open about it. And I thought it was okay, this is an interesting franchise to do that with, because it's not really, that Friday the 13th Die Hard, you don't come across that too much.
Wrong Turn 4 and 5. Come on. Right. No offense to the people that made those movies, but they're pornish. Porn budget, acting, cinematography.
Yeah.
Pornish game hen. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. And imagine you guys trying to bring substance to it. Yeah. No, I agree.
No. You want us to keep going with that?
I mean, you could have got it on with one of those things. That would have been an interesting role.
Yeah, we filmed that. Just didn't make it.
Oh, the extra. Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, no, that was I was very grateful for that. Originally, I think they had me pegged for a different part. He's kind of the leader of the hillbillies, the racist, homophobic hillbilly squad.
Right.
The rednecks, whatever. Kind of their leader, and that's who they were eyeing me for, and I was so fucking excited about it. It's oh, what an awful piece of shit. He kind of gets a redemption bit at the end, but I was yeah, I mean, it's this is an interesting character. I'm gonna play this, but then they told me they have to go older. So I was oh man, and then they said, what about Morgan? And in the script that I read, anytime Morgan speaks, all it said was Morgan speaks in foreign dialogue. It didn't even have the dialogue. And I was he doesn't talk. What am I doing? And they're no, it's being translated right now. I was okay. They're so you'd have to work with this dialect coach and, language coach. I was oh, acting shit. That's fucking cool. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll do that. And it was a lot of work for the amount of screen time I have in that movie.
Gotcha.
And it's a real language.
That's crazy. You construct an entire language, which usually takes like generations and generations.
It's a real language that exists.
Oh, it exists? Oh.
Yeah, it's called Faroese from the Faroe Islands.
Okay.
Which is like near Denmark. Hopefully no one on that island has seen Wrong Turn, because then you'd be like, what's this guy saying?
That's hilarious. But you mentioned the locations of these movies, and we've talked to you about Haunt before, but you've always had so much going on that it was kind of like bouncing, kind of like what we're doing now, like just bouncing around in between stuff. But so we never
I have
really
nothing going on now, so we can just sit and talk about things I did 8 years ago.
Well, no, you do have some stuff going on now that we're going to be talking about shortly. But I was very interested in, because I did a little bit of reading on Haunt, obviously preparing for this, and you guys filmed that in an actual, like just an old warehouse, and you had to construct these, haunt rooms and the whole sets that you guys had. Were you, like, did you see any of this prior to these being made? Were you, did you see any of it being made? Because I always thought it was super interesting, because I did see that the director, Scott and Brian, had said that they needed complete control over the environment, because you guys had trap doors and all this stuff. What was it like working on that set and everybody pretty much constructing that thing?
Well, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
The designer of that, he had just done La La Land. So I was like, oh yeah, I mean that's a movie. That's the guy you want doing your haunted house. But oh, that was great. That was cool. I think this is like a dairy factory. Like that's what that used to be. It's storage units now, which is lame.
How did no one buy that and make a haunt, right? Like, that's the move.
Well, there's a guy, Kenny Caperton, that runs a thing called On-Set Cinema, where you watch movies in locations where they filmed. He's done a Pride Night in the pool twice.
I seen that. It must have been awesome.
It's fucking incredible. So such a cool time. And he was looking into doing Haunt in the Haunt, but he discovered his storage units now. And anyway. That was that was really cool. It was like, because while you're not filming, you just wander off into other of the attractions going on there, and that was that was the same thing with Prey at Night. Not that I'm gonna go back and talk about that. Well, actually I am for a minute, because Prey at Night was that whole trailer park, that wasn't real. They brought that in and built that. And that was built on what used to be a town, and the airport bought out the town and cleared out all the houses. So they rented it and brought in all these trailers and built this little trailer town. And we'd be filming there, from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. And like, if I wasn't doing something at the moment, which was often, like I would just wander off. And you just walk down the street and you'd see a truck rammed in a trailer, or like a chair with ropes on it and blood, and all these little frozen horrific moments, kind of trapped in time, waiting for them to go back. And it was kind of a little haunting. It was really kind of cool. And Haunt was similar to that, because it was it's just like this little contained world in here. It wasn't exactly in the order of that you go through the Haunt, it was built throughout, but you could just wander off and go visit these places and get lost. I definitely got lost several times, but just going and hanging out in that graveyard with the lights and slide going down there, that was cool. And we we filmed on Halloween, so we were filming in October. It was just this is really cool to be a part of. This is what I wanted to do.
Right. Yeah, it sounds awesome. And now all I can picture is someone on the walkie-talkie going, Damian's lost again. Can somebody please try and go find him?
Somebody go find Damian.
Yeah, well, because most of the time the actors, they go back to the trailer and hang out at base camp. And then there's base camp PAs who kind of keep track of you. Wander off, get carted off by coyotes and such. But me, I never went to the trailer. I was always hanging around on set, because that's That's where the coffee was, by the way. And that's what I'm drinking nonstop. But I think that stuff's fucking cool. Like I enjoy these movies. Like I was also fresh faced and young, I was just a boy. But yeah, I was like totally into it, especially Haunt, because there was so much stuff going on there. And I liked both groups a lot. I really enjoyed most of the people in both of those movies. But her character's name was like Katie Stevens and Will, who plays baseball guy. Like they were fantastic, and they were such like cool, like interesting people. So it was enjoyable to watch them.
The last thing I wanted to ask you about Haunt, and I don't know if you would even know this, but it's worth an ask. Has there been any sequel talk that you're aware of? Because that's something that's been wanted for, at least, again, that I've seen. People are constantly, I see, wanting a Haunt 2. And would that be something you'd be interested in?
People are clamoring for Haunt 2, even though I never hear about the movie.
I don't know how, still.
It's wild.
Make it make sense, Mike.
I know,
Make it
I
make
can't.
sense.
I can't. I see it all the time.
Stop blowing smoke. How about that?
You know I wouldn't.
I had heard something about Haunt 2. And I'll tell you that Scott and Brian, the brilliant nerds behind Haunt and Quiet Place and Heretic, which fucking watch Heretic. Give me a break. They had, say that they had become like famously against doing sequels to anything. It's not to say that they were against sequels being made, but like they didn't want to be involved in doing sequels to things, their own work or others. So like they didn't do A Quiet Place 2, and then they were, I think it came out when they were offered like Star Wars property and an Indiana Jones property that they wanted to, create their own stuff. You're like, imagine how fucking hard it must be for like someone to offer you like a Star Wars thing and like,
right.
You're at that point in your career and you say no, like good for them. Like
that's cool.
They're incredible. So it was extra surprising then. They had gone on some podcast and then someone did an article about how they announced Haunt 2.
Oh boy.
And people were like, oh my God, like Haunt 2, why didn't you say anything? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you check out. Like, I find out when the rest of the people find out. I was like, my character got his head blown off. The fuck do I care about Haunt 2?
These are horror movies. We'll find a way to glue it back on. It's fine.
Well,
honestly.
So yeah, that was probably like 3 years ago. So
yeah.
So like, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know the participation they had in it. Would I want to do it? No, probably not. I think that I think a prequel of those characters would be a mistake. Like what?
Probably.
Ghost, works at the Waffle House, and like Devil is, an assistant in some tattoo shop, and like the witch is some, dance instructor. Like what? Like who? That's gonna ruin it. It's like the same thing with, when Strangers came out. People were like, would you do a prequel? Like so that you can see this guy's like a, works in a deli or, the cubicles. Like you think you want that, but you don't.
Right. And that's because the characters are so interesting, especially you can say that about the Devil or even like the antagonists of Strangers, because you wonder, but that mystery is what makes it that. And we had this discussion recently about Weapons, because there's a lot of talk about, I don't know if I'm sure you've seen Weapons probably.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone wants an Aunt Gladys prequel. It's like, man, that could be interesting, but you run the risk. And just like with Haunt, if you were to have a prequel, you're making a completely different movie.
Yeah. I mean, Aunt Gladys and the Devil in the same thing. Like,
right.
To me, I love Haunt. I love doing Haunt. I love anyone that loves Haunt, and being able to do that Devil stuff. It was, I was grateful, still am. It was the greatest fucking time. I don't see there being any more to it. This isn't a guy I want to run around for 3 or 4 movies as. I don't like. If Scott and Brian wrote the sequel, I'd be interested to see, because they are who they are, and it's like, oh, also, it makes sense. But like just bringing them back just to,
just to make
more conventions, like gotta keep making movies because that's what you do is make sequels. Like I'm not interested in that. But like Aunt Glass fucking ruled. Amy Madigan. I don't want to see her fucking prequel story or whatever.
No.
But maybe it's great. I don't know. Maybe it's really cool. Look, I don't know if you know this about me. Like, all right, so like, I don't really want sequels to movies, right? Because that's enough. But yet, they made one to this movie called Alien.
Oh, dear God.
It's aliens. And it's obviously, arguably the greatest fucking movie. And like, so if I'm in charge of stuff, you don't get aliens. Just don't listen to me ever. And that goes for everyone. My kids, people on the streets. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it comes from sequels usually don't live up, but every now and then, though, you do get some. And also, I just wanted to make you aware, on the show, we do call you the Alien Debo.
Okay.
Just wanted to make you aware, because you are known to yell at people over aliens, too.
What do you think of Alien Earth? I don't know.
I was going to ask you about that. You didn't see it?
What do you think of Alien Earth? You haven't seen it yet?
No, I don't need to see it. I don't care.
You don't. That was my experience with the show. I watched 2 episodes and I was like, okay, this is enough. I've seen enough of this to know I don't want to watch the remaining.
Got Timothy Oliphant in it, a graduate of the same acting school as me. We've had a similar career path, equal amounts of success. I'm happy for him. I love him, but look, I'm not boycotting it.
Right.
But people are always like, Damian fucking loves Alien. He's gonna see everything Alien. He's got an alien bedspread, and he sleeps in one of those chambers.
That part.
And stuff. And it's like, no, man, like I fucking love Alien and Aliens, and that's where it ends. Like I've never seen an Alien versus Predator movie. So, and it's like Alien 3, and then that movie that followed, did that to me. Where it's like, okay. Like, I don't need any more of this. Is there a chance that someone makes something that's incredible? Absolutely.
Sure.
But I don't need these things. I'm not like, it's been 7 years since this is Jason Voorhees. Like, what the fuck is going on? Get just other stuff out there. Why do you need to see this fucking clod in a hockey mask come back?
I'm not going to let you continue to disparage. We're not going to go down sort of.
Why are you the way that you are? Just change.
To the people who do think, oh man, Damian loves Alien. He's going to want. No, yeah, that I learned that too, because Alien Romulus came out and I seen it and I really liked it. And I was like, man, I can't wait to see what Damian thinks about this. Yeah. Not a fun experience.
Talking to me about it?
Yeah. The movie was great. Talking to you about it was horrible.
I don't remember it, but and I think Feed Alvarez.
Yes.
I think he's a talented director.
Absolutely.
I think that Alien Romulus looks great. I think the actors are fucking really good.
Just wasn't for you.
What did it bring to the party? I don't appreciate 45 minutes of cartoony and home. That's what I don't appreciate. That boggles me, of uncanny ashy. I don't know why that was written. Why is this in this movie?
Yeah, it was far from perfect.
It ruined me, that.
Fair enough.
That and the get away from her, you bitch.
that was awful. That was awful.
Even if I fucking loved them, I'd be like, oh my god, this is it. This is my favorite. That line there, I'd be like, fuck you.
Yep.
I'm gonna go see it again just to walk out.
I groaned out loud in the theater when he said that.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, like, because there's talented people involved in making this thing. Really talented people. It's like someone wrote this and was like, this is definitely the way to go. Like, no. You're better than this. Don't do that. And then it happened on set, and then they were like, yep, that's the one. Like, no, can't you hear yourself? And then someone edited and kept it in there. Like, the fans are gonna fucking love it. We have to do everything to please the fans. The fans actually want good shit, not your dingling service.
That is very true. Very true. Yeah, that's the thing that gets me. Is like, okay, you had a vision, you wrote it. I get it. I understand that part. But once you see it, you can still get rid of that.
Yeah.
Like this whole process after. It doesn't have to be there.
Like, wow, can't believe we thought that was gonna work. Like, yeah, no, it sucks to us, but the fans are gonna fucking love it. Do you know why? Because that's what she says in the power loader when she comes out, and she's like, hey, you remember that moment? Yeah, no, yeah. Everyone does. Everyone walked into that thing, like, you think someone's gonna say, get away from her, you bitch, in this? Like, yeah, but I didn't think there would be an hour of cartoon Ian Holm in it, who's been dead for 4 years.
Yeah. That definitely strange decisions made throughout. Not perfect. Far from perfect.
I get the sense that you're not anti that. Anybody here? And please, this isn't just a conversation with me in this, please.
Oh, yeah, no, I did not like that at all. It wasn't needed was the biggest problem, too. It's like, why?
You're not as vehemently against it as I am.
It didn't destroy it for me. I rolled my eyes at it and was like, why is this here?
Did it not look as bad as I thought? Maybe something wrong.
It did. It looked terrible, and I am. I liked the movie overall. I didn't think it was great, but I did think it was fun, and I had a good time with it. I did not like all the fan service that they tried to fit in with, the Ian Holm. It didn't have to be him. It could have been anybody. Yes. It just could have been, and it would have worked better probably. Right. But they wanted the fan service of like,
exactly.
Oh, here's the guy.
That's it. Like, did you do that? You had a good thing going on here.
Yeah, just like the line, get away from her, you bitch. There was too much of that, and it was really annoying. But overall, I still had fun with the movie. Like, I thought it was fun.
You know what they should have done? They should have had some, like, farm boy as part of the group. And on the ship, he falls asleep, and then someone could be like, somebody wake up Hicks.
That's hilarious. For the record, though, Rob gave this movie an 8.8, Alien Romulus. I gave it an 8.
Oh, out of 20?
Out of 10.
Told you, I thought it was fun.
Wow, that's a high score. Good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm not, this isn't Twitter. I don't hate you for liking that movie. I'm good at that.
Right.
I want to enjoy more things in life.
I bought the 2 popcorn buckets and everything.
Right, I have the popcorn buckets.
Yeah, I think I spent like $60 on 2 popcorn buckets for that stupid movie.
I'm jealous of both of you. I did not get the popcorn buckets. I was very upset.
I'm jealous of you because you enjoy things more. You're just a simpler person.
Rob enjoyed it more than me. He should be yelled at 0.8 times more than I should.
I need to hear the ratings for all the movies in the franchise.
I think we've only done one Alien movie, and that was it. And before you get mad at us, it's because throwing out the big titles, like everyone's seen them, what's left to say?
Right.
So that's the only reason. But yeah, we should do Alien soon though, because that would be interesting if our scores are lower for that than Alien Romulus, we might have a problem.
Yeah.
I almost picked Alien as one of the franchises for Murder by Numbers one year, where we talk about the entire franchise, but that was the year that Romulus was coming out, and I was like, well, fuck, there's a new movie coming out. I don't want to talk about all the ones that have already come out and leave that one out, so we didn't do it.
Right.
But we can do it now.
We'll do Alien sooner than later, Damian. How about that?
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's gonna go bad,
I don't think it would go bad, but I would probably, I would put the original over Alien 2, just so you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Over
that's
Aliens, fine. I guess, but it is close. Aliens is very good. It's a very good movie.
That's fine by me. Yeah.
I just prefer the original.
That's totally great. Totally great.
Speaking of something that we were talking about earlier, that you said that stuff you don't have coming out, you do have stuff coming out, and people may or may not hear about this whole conversation, but events surrounding a Peeping Tom. I remembered a long time ago you had said we were talking about dark circles, and I enjoy your work, so I keep up with stuff that you do, and I stopped hearing about dark circles, and I was like, what the hell happened here? Turns out that was a bullshit title for you guys were working under for events surrounding a Peeping Tom. We know nothing about this because nothing's really out about it yet. I do see that stuff has changed on like IMDb and everything, and which is, because it was dark circles even on there.
Yeah.
But there's nothing on there about it. So tell us a little bit about what exactly, because Peeping Tom, like one of like up there with, it's mentioned up there with like Psycho and everything as far as the original slashers. Yes. What's going on with this movie?
It's not a slasher at all.
Okay.
There's no connection to the Peeping Tom, which is pretty wonderful, that movie. Well, I used to be in a punk rock band in the late 90s, and New York. It's a good time to be in a punk rock band on Long Island.
Still is.
And I'm, a night owl, wandering the streets at night. And I would walk my dog between like midnight and like 3 a.m. Sometimes from midnight to like 3 a.m. because it was like, that's where I there was no phones,
Right.
So you're just walking and thinking. And that's where I would come up with like the best stuff, like the best ideas or like problem solve. And he was a huge dog. I was quite safe. And it was a safe area. So it was very suburban areas, Levittown, New York, Long Island. So the houses are like really tight together. And, like around like 2 a.m, I'd just be out there with the dog and you'd be like, I'd look around and people be going about their business in the house, sometimes, like coming down the nightgown or whatever, and I'm on the sidewalk and they just like walk through the kitchen because you don't think anyone, but it's like the houses are so tight together and so close to the fucking street. If your window's open, it's like a fishbowl. Yeah. So I remember it came to me that like I had never really seen a movie involving a peeping Tom. Even the movie Peeping Tom isn't about like a peeping Tom. The closest thing at that point was George McFly, Back to the Future. So and he says, he's a peeping Tom. So it's like, it'd be like a cool movie, like a psychological horror movie or something or whatever. But I wrote a song about it called Voyeurism. But I could never shake that idea of like this serial peeper. So I started doing research on it, go to the library and get books. Like, the internet wasn't so much. But I'd find articles on people who had been like caught peeping in windows. So going up to windows, looking for people and completely like sexually driven. Like they're looking for naked people. And there was this one guy who he was looking into this window of like this first floor bedroom. I think there's like a 16-year-old girl there. And he was looking to see her get undressed. And she spotted him, screamed. Father ran out, the guy ran off and set up a camera outside. And he came back to look in the window. And he spotted the camera and took off for the camera recognized. And then he came back again another night. And the article is just about, because I don't know, this was somewhere in the middle of the country. But like the articles, doesn't go into it. And I'm like, wow, like, yeah, I mean, this is fucking creep on a different level. But like, imagine how, like mentally, this guy knows there's a camera in there, but he cannot help himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to see this person. This person's on the other side of this wall. Like, I need to see this. He's risk it all. So he was caught. Yeah. But like, I was like, to me, that like, and then I started looking into it, this kind of addiction to these, like people like that, like these peeping Toms or whatever. So I always wanted to see that kind of movie. And I tried to work with a couple different screenwriters and like, no one was really getting it. Like, turn into a slasher movie or like there was one guy who like kept throwing in necrophilia. I was like, what is happening? True story. It's like, what? I was like, this is really interesting, actually, what you're doing. Not for this movie, but like, and I think that there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, there's going to be a movie. The next movie's about you. Yeah,
the next movie's actually about you trying to write a script. And like,
but how do you keep throwing in? Like, after someone says no necrophilia, how do you come back with it?
Could not get away from the fucking necrophilia.
Like, I get it if you're just brainstorming, kicking around ideas. And he's like, what about necrophilia? And you say no, and then you move on. But if the guy keeps going back to it, there's something wrong.
What about like, so he looks through the peephole, and the girl's there, and she's like, she's banging a corpse. Like, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So the guy, and he's like torn about it. Do I report her? Do I try to like date her? I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, so I was like, yeah, I mean, I was like, how very European of you, by the way. I was like, not for this. I don't think we should do necrophilia because then that's like a whole other thing. Yeah. It's not really about the peeping Tom. And then it's like, oh, wow, maybe he's not that bad.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, okay. Well, what if like he looked through like the keyhole and like she was like washing the corpse, like cleaning it, like have like sex? I was like, what if the person was alive?
Yeah.
And not dead?
How's that idea?
And I don't think this is going to work out. But then, so my friend Brian, how long is this show?
As long as you want.
Great. This will be so interesting for people. So my friend Brian, he's my oldest friend. Met in high school. Met doing Little Shop of Horrors in high school. Hello.
Wow.
No, so this is the mid '90s, by the way, kids. This is the olden days. All right, we had carburetors in cars. You had to let your car warm up. If you didn't know something, too bad.
You just didn't know shit. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was. Yeah, unless you could get to the library.
That's how information got spread. Like just lies. Yeah. If you wanted to know a sports score, you had to either be there or wait for Sports Center to come on at 11 p.m. and catch it, or the paper next day. So it was there, and there's another thing is you kids these days, you have no idea. But back in the day, in the 90s and before, like I was a horror fan, loved horror. I didn't really run into many other people who loved horror movies.
Yeah.
Not like that.
True.
Not like the deep cuts. I had never run into someone who had rented Nail Gun Massacre or knew what Black Christmas was.
Yeah.
I
We were
never
the
run into
weirdos.
another human being that knew what Black Christmas was until 2004.
I mean, we're still the weirdos, I guess, but there's just, we know other weirdos now.
So, and then I hear, so I'm in the pit. I was the voice of Audrey too, the plant. And I hear on stage, this guy talking about Bruce Campbell. And my ears perked up. I was like, that couldn't be. And he was like, and it's Evil Dead 2. I was like, this guy's up here talking about Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. This is the 90s. Evil Dead, I mean, it had a fan base, but it wasn't,
What it
this
is
was
now.
This was pre-Army of Darkness.
Right.
This was, before the show, all this shit. So like, I was like, oh, I gotta meet this guy. So I met him, and he was the one gonna puppeteer the plant, like, move the mouth to my voice. So we just kind of like hit it off, became great friends. That friendship has lasted to this very day. But he's brilliant. He's far smarter than I am. He's one of the most brilliant writers I know. Just people, general. But he, so years later, we went to acting school together, not on purpose. But so around, he saw me flailing about, like I kept coming back to this Peeping Tom idea. And finally he was like, let me take a crack at writing this. And I was like, no, like, I don't want to get involved with you like that because we'll just be at each other. And like,
Right.
I know you don't ever back down on ideas. And I was like, I don't want to. But he was like, no, I'm going to do it. So I agreed. And he wrote this script, the events surrounding Peeping Tom, and came up with things that it never entered my mind, which were welcome, fantastic additions. And it was my favorite script then. It's my favorite script now. And then, tried for about 15 years to make it. And the first time he and I did so this is probably like the first time we really attempted was probably like 2015 or something. We did a Kickstarter, and he and I shot this little video with an HD cam, and like tried to piece together what his visions was and all this, that, this whole stuff. And it did miserably. Had no names involved, no anything. And our friends had just successfully, like the closest friends, Kevin and Dennis had just successfully done a Kickstarter for a movie called Starry Eyes.
Okay. Yeah. Very big movie. Yeah.
So they, they went on to do Pet Sematary, and they got this, get a whole bunch of shit coming up. So they really heavily advised us on putting this Kickstarter together. But the thing was like, their Kickstarter, they won that. I think they raised about $50,000. Chuck Palahniuk had put a whole bunch of perks and stuff up for them. And that was like worth more than half of their crowdfunder. It was like, get this Chuck Palahniuk shit, the author, Fight Club and stuff.
Right.
So, they were like, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have been successful. But so we failed miserably, and it was disheartening. And for the first time, I was like, all right, like, this isn't for me. This whole area of filmmaking isn't for me. I'm just gonna act. But like, I could never get away from Peeping Tom. Like, it just kept coming. And now there was a script. Like, it wasn't just an idea. Now there was this fucking great script. And the last time before the movie is, which is a long story, but I won't get into it, but this woman emerged like right after Pray at Night. She's a big fan, wanted to fly me out to Disney World for her daughter's birthday. And I was like, I don't think so.
That's some unbearable weight of massive talent stuff going on.
Yeah,
there.
and it was like, well, we'll put you up for a week. You're just going to be at my daughter's birthday. I was like, Piglet going to be there, and like Goofy, and then me? It's like,
good combo.
Like, I don't think so. So I turned it down. That went through my manager. But she kind of kept in touch. It was like, because she had incredible amounts of money, filthy rich, right? I think she owned a bunch of medical marijuana facilities.
Oh, hell of a deal.
So I was like, well, I really think you're an interesting person. You know, we actually met once at a function for this thing called Live Mansion, which, by the way, we could do a whole show on Live Mansion, which is, it's probably the closest I've come to this point, just chucking myself off a cliff. It was an online movie making contest. Okay.
Oh, this sounds fascinating.
Yeah. So it's about 2007, and the community votes on who's going to be in this Spike Lee movie with John Leguizamo and all this stuff. And I entered in against 1,000 other people, and I won. I won the whole fucking thing.
Hell yeah!
Damn.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah. And Hannah Fierman won the lead, who Hannah directed Peeping Tom here. Since 2007. Okay. So that sounds great, right? One of the worst experiences of my entire life. But that's a different story. That's not this.
What was the Spike Lee movie?
It never got made.
Oh, that's unbearable.
Oh, son of a
that's too
bitch.
bad. That's too bad. Did you at least get to meet Spike Lee?
Yes.
All right.
And John Leguizamo, both really cool. Had nothing
I love
to do
both those guys. Yeah, they're both
with
great.
its failure. Michael Rappaport, too, which is a thing.
Yeah, I can't get a read on him. I can't get a read on him as a person. I like him as an actor. I just, as a person, I'm like, I don't know what's going on there.
Sure, he is a person. I don't know. I definitely don't want to meet him again. Yeah, one of the worst experiences of my life. Anyway, thanks for bringing it up.
Don't worry, I'll bring it up later again at some point in life.
What the fuck was I even talking about?
All I want to do is look and see if you can find this thing online
You
somewhere.
can't really find much about it. They
See,
fucking
that's the
scrubbed
thing.
it. That's the gaslighting that the kids talk about.
You were talking.
That's why you need to keep me alive. That's why I need to tell my side of the story.
It just
Tell
sounds
your
like a weird online version of like Project Greenlight gone wrong or something.
That's exactly what it was. It was a poor man's version of American Idol. There was 4 rounds.
To say, yeah.
This is the MySpace era. So we were whoring ourselves on MySpace for votes. And it was, you entered the first round, it was me against 1,000 other people. And this thing went on for months. It went on for over half a year. And then fucking there's backstabbing, there's alliances. It was just horrible. But it was like, man, like, this is what I'm trying to fucking be an actor. Like, I'm just putting up with this because I'm gonna be the lead in this Spike Lee movie with all these white people, which is not normally what is going on in a Spike Lee movie, but like, it can't be a lie. He was going to produce it. He was going to direct it. Yeah. And it was like just bad. And they flew to the final round. I can't believe I'm talking about this. For the final round, they flew all the finalists out to New York City.
Oh, shit.
And I happened to live in Rochester, New York at that time.
Wow.
Which was one of the darkest days of horror.
I've heard of
ever
Rochester.
known.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, next time I go to Rochester, it's going to be strapped to a missile. Like just sitting on it like Dr. Strangelove. So they flew out then all the finalists to New York City to film the scenes, and we got the scripts, and the scripts were written like maybe you might think like your friend's really angry like 8-year-old son might write them. Like that level. We'll never. If you run into anyone from Live Match, like, what was your favorite part of the one? It was just like the main villain of the thing, like this real tough guy, and he goes in and he's the hero's breaking up. He's like he threatens him, but he threatens to call the cops on him. The villain threatens to call. He's like, "You come in here again, cops."
Spike Lee didn't direct that, huh?
What a twist! Like, he's going to call the cops on him. So badly written. But we filmed these scenes, and they did interviews and stuff. Like, we got per diem. That's money for your food and stuff for being there. And they put us in the hotels. Oh my gosh, so fancy. So yeah, and then we went to the final videos went to this judging competition. It was judged by Leguizamo and this actress Cara Buono, who was on like Sopranos and Stranger Things. She's great, and Rappaport. So they judged on it, and Leguizamo was like, "Who wrote this thing? Is he here now?" It's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'll never forget, for as long as I live, there's a line there, which was horrible, but I did something fun with it. And he was like, "See, now, like Damian, like Al Pacino couldn't deliver that line as good as Damian just did right there." I was like, I need that on a shirt. It's a long quote, but it's going to go on a whole fucking shirt.
We're notarizing this.
Yeah. So anyway, that ended. And then there was another month of voting and backstabbing and all this shit. And then they announced the winners. And I won. I won the lead in the Live Mansion, the movie. And people were like sending me cookies and flowers and shit. Comingsoon.net announced it, which this is 2007. So it's like there was no, Twitter and shit. Still MySpace. So like that was big, and people like, "Holy shit, bro!" Like coming out of the woodwork. Like people used to just take craps on my head. Be like, "Bro, I always knew you'd fucking make it." I'm like, "Fuck you, suck a dick, not mine. Someone else's. Someone not as famous as me, bitch." I was like, "I don't have time for you now. Right now, I gotta call Spike."
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it was months and months, probably 7 or 8 of stress and like blowing everything in the world off and concentrating on this and like sucking the life out of us and like burning bridges and being an awful human being. But man, it's going to be worth it. And then we won. And it was like, fucking see, like, that's how you play this. That's how you play. Like the naked guy from the first season of Survivor who lost all his money and went to jail.
Yeah.
Richard Hatch.
Richard Hatch.
There you go.
Not
I
the
just
guy from
came to me
Battlestar
too,
Galactica. And then a month went by, and 2 months, and 3 months, and we started being like, "So when are we doing the movie? Like, when's it gonna happen?" And I was like, "Yeah, they kept delaying us. We're working on this and that." And then I was like, "I'm gonna go to Crush." That was the name of the company, Crush Entertainment, and they were known for they had done a Paris Hilton National Lampoon's movie and Beer League with Artie Lang and Ralph Macchio.
Boy.
So not too shabby.
Oh man, they're in business with Paris Hilton and Artie Lee. Artie Lang, all right.
Like nothing to snub your nose at.
Absolutely not.
It's like Schindler's List, Beer League. Like they've been together on some lists.
Yeah, nothing bad ever happened to Artie Lang.
No. Hey, Laurie Metcalf was Beer League. I mean, she's fucking great.
Yeah, she's good.
So I went to the Crush office. I had been there before, and obviously we were there when we did the fun. So I was like, I'm going to go in there and get answers. So I go in there, and there's nothing in there. They were all gone.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's like the end of a movie, like where it's like a con or something. They pack up and move everything out.
Everything out.
Wow.
And I tracked down one of the guys with one of the people that worked there. This really sweet guy. He was like, I don't even know what his function there. He wasn't a producer. He was like operational attaché. This guy named Jonah, really sweet guy. I really liked him. But I forgot how we found out. Me and this other guy, a friend of mine. But he worked elsewhere in the building. Like he got a job with some other company. Well, like we showed up at his work and like walked in. He was sitting at a desk and he just went like white when he saw me.
Oh, shit.
And he was like, "Oh, guys, this is my work." But yeah, so why don't you just come out in the hall? And We like took him out in the hall, and the guy I was with was like this huge guy, and he was like, he looked like he had eaten bikers like for breakfast, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
And I was like, you want to tell me what's going on here? Like I had gone to the Mets game with this guy that I'm talking about right now.
Wow.
Like, we had done activities out in the world.
Right. You knew him.
Right. Like tell me what's going on.
Right.
Like I know it sucks. The whole thing sucked. But you know we're fucking hanging on here.
Right. Yeah. You need closure or explanation. Absolutely.
I don't know, like I know you probably lost your job or something. I don't know where you're working or a printing company now. Like you're not in the movies anymore. That sucks too. Like I'll be there for it. But so I was like, hey buddy, how are you? How's the movie? And he was like, listen, like they ran out of money. This, I don't know. And I was like, so like that's it? It's not happening. He's like, no, it was a mistake from the start. But he's not involved in this company. There is no company.
Right.
So, and then my friend was like, you want me to beat his ass? I was like, oh God, just let's go.
That's wild though.
No, man.
Yeah, nothing ever. I saw the main producer. I was doing an off-Broadway show at Bleecker Street Theater, sitting out front before a show, and he walked by with another guy. And I saw him, he looked at me, and then he quick looked again. He was going, it's Damian. He's like, yeah, I could see in his eyes, he was like, that's the one we were afraid was going to come for us. Like, this is the guy who might snap, and he's not going to call the cops. Like in our awesome script. Yeah, so that was Live Mansion. Why am I talking about it?
You were talking about the Peeping Tom movie.
Yeah.
Somehow we ended up on Live Mansion. Yeah.
And Anna, the person that was in touch with you that wanted you to do the thing with her daughter's birthday party,
Yes.
yeah, there was lined in there. That's where you went off about
there you
that.
go.
Good job.
Yeah, look at me go.
You usually this stuff written down?
Yeah.
I smoked too.
Look at you.
Kudos, Mikey.
Proud of me.
I take back like nothing.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So yeah. So she was like, oh, I met you at this Live Mansion function, like this douchebag,
She met you there. That's
cocktail function. I was like, oh, I have no memory of this. And I was like, okay, well. She was like, yeah, anyway, like, like a big fan of yours. I think you're great. Like, you should be a star. I was like, not really. I just want to work. But she was like, is there a passion project of yours? And I was like, well, yeah, there's one that keeps coming up. It's a Peeping Tom movie. And she was like, how much money do you need to do it? I was like, we were going to do this for like $20.
Right.
Like, I was like, I could do a version of this movie for like $20,000, which would have been a mistake. But, she was like, what about, 250? And then gave me like 4 tiers of things.
Whoa.
I was like, well, I mean, the most money would be probably the best.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. More money's better. I don't know
Right.
if I got to tell you that. But not too much money where they start mucking around.
Of course.
So right at that sweet spot, she was like, we got into talking, and I was like, like I had been around enough at that point to not trust anything, but still, like, you want to make the fucking movie. Like, and this was after Strangers and Haunt. So like, but like, there was no career. Like I needed to do this. It's like, you'll do whatever you have to almost. Or
Right.
like so I contacted Brian, the writer, and my friend John, who produced Strangers and Haunt and stuff. And I was like, told them the situation. They're like, all right, let's talk to her. So I had John on there, has much more of a mind and, deals with, bigger movies, kind of vetted her. And he did. And she was like, she does have money and she's saying all the right things. I was like, could this be real?
Right.
So we kind of
You
forged
just went
ahead.
through the fakest American Idol of acting,
Yeah.
and it's tied back to that. Yeah, you should question.
So we forged ahead, kind of. But in that time, she started sending me gifts, like a Nintendo Switch, custom clothes for my kids and my dog.
Okay.
I was like, this is normal, right?
I mean, I don't know about dogs or clothes on the dog. I'm not a big fan of that.
I would take
A little
that.
sweater. Like, he does not like the cold, and I live in New England. Okay.
All right, fair enough.
He doesn't like it either. But but like a PlayStation at the time 4,
Okay.
3, so whatever that was, whatever it was, this is new stuff. I was like, like this is normal, right? This is just like when
Who's gonna say no to that?
colleges are lobbying for you and they're giving you gifts they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, and they were like, but you want to do it. You need to do this. You need to do the movie. You want to believe that this is a part of it. This is just, so she flew in, she met, I was like, Brian, you gotta be there. And he was for the most part, but then she wanted to, just talk to me on my own. And I was like, she's like, just come back to the room. And I was like, oh, like I don't want this. Anyway, she did kind of profess her. She thought we were destined for each other.
Oh no.
It's destiny.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, no, we're not. And she was like, no, don't you feel it? I was like, I really don't. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. This is crazy. And it's like, you get to that point where you have so much money, like you don't have human interactions anymore. So like you're bewildered by their behavior and they're perplexed by, someone saying no to them about something. Right. But I was like, no, like we're done here. And she was like, no, it's okay. This shouldn't have to affect the movie. I was like, I don't know. But then those were like her final terms, that we attempt some kind of relationship to release the money. I told John and Brian, and they were like, all right, so we're out of here. So it's just like, oh God, like what a miserable fucking business this is. Like what like God almighty, like it doesn't fucking end. And it's like Peeping Tom again. So again, I was like, fuck it. Like some things just aren't meant to be. But then, probably, what was it, like sometime after COVID, where everyone lost their minds, I was like, you know what I can do is Peeping Tom.
Yeah.
I was like, just fucking make it happen. So that's how that came about. And I aligned a bunch of people, and we did this Indiegogo for it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't doing so good. And I had predicted that because I was like, it's not a slasher movie.
Yeah.
It's not. We don't have any names in it.
Psychological style things grab people a lot less.
Yeah. I was like, that's what this movie's going to be. It's like, it's not going to be, like sweep the nation kind of thing. Like that's what you have to know going into it. I was like, I knew. They're like, no, we're being shadow banned because the word peeping in it. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, like, because I'm not getting the usual amount of replies on social media. I'm getting like 3 where I usually get 80. I was like, come on, that can't be true. Like, let's not make things up.
That's the thing now, especially now.
It's not doing well. You guys aren't the big stars you thought you were. But I mean, I don't fucking know any about this stuff. So like, we have to change the title. I was like, fuck no. Like, because this title, it's not for everyone, and neither is the movie. So like, I think that the title's a good indicator of what you're getting into. It was like, no, but no one's ever going to see it. We get shadow ban. So I was like, fine, we can like change it to something else for now. And we spent like weeks and weeks trying to come up with another title, and it was like lists, and everyone had a list, and it was like Murder Eyes, and View to a Kill. I was like, I think that's a book.
The sad part is Murder Eyes wouldn't get shadow banned the way the word peeping. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Mikey knows a lot about that. He gets shadow banned a lot.
It's true.
So like Dark Circles kept popping in there. I was like, it's not my least favorite. It's not the one I hate the most. So whatever, so.
Because it still has to be the right title, even though it's a working title, it still has to be the right title for something like that. Yeah, it's important enough. Yeah,
it's all right. I was like, there's probably 5 other movies called Dark Circles, and I was like, But anyway, that's what it was there. And then we finished the movie by some miracle. Oh, so we had another crowdfunder, under Dark Circles, and I don't think that one was completely successful either. But it was like enough, and then we got small investors. And then we somehow made it. And it's taken a long time because there's no money, post-production. Right. you go through a lot of things. It's been a long time.
That's a battle in itself. Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm changing the title back.
Yeah.
And everyone was for it. Like, some people were like, well, it's going to be this and that. I was like, fuck it. Just, like, we didn't completely 100% get to make the movie we wanted to do because we had a whole bunch of bullshit and some people shouldn't have been involved and, all this red tape and shit. Like, let's at least fucking call it what we want to call it. And then, like, those that embrace it, good. So,
and if it's good, that that's the tell-all. Not the all. Like, obviously you need people to be able to see it to give it a chance, like all that stuff. Yeah, but if it's good, that word of mouth we were talking about earlier does go a long way.
Well, I will say it does not have distribution yet. It's going to do some festivals here, so it's almost completely likely that a distributor is going to come in here and be like, "This title's too long. And people don't get it." It's like, have you guys thought about Murder Eyes? Actually,
so when we do review this movie when it comes out, the title of the episode is going to be Murder Eyes.
Again, also we do some things where you shoot beams out of your actual eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first note in a review of this movie also will be, I wish it had more necrophilia.
Yeah. Well, there's a world where it does.
No one's going to understand us, but God damn it, we're going to do it.
There's a world where it does. And it's about this gentleman, Martin Malone, who he lives with his grandmother in her basement. He's my age, but 3 years younger. And he has a Peeping Tom problem. He is a Peeping Tom problem. He's not nefarious. He's not a super villain or whatever, but he's got this problem. He's obviously battling with it, and he gets caught and arrested. And in the beginning of the movie, and he gets sent to mandatory rehabilitation. And
a real story about how people go through this too. I want everybody to remember, not exaggerate. That's what makes it dark. I like that a lot.
Right. So, and then he's doing well with the rehab, and he has to, first kind of the end of it. You see this sort of what's the fuck they call them? Just other psychologists, like a hypnotherapist. Thank you. So he's doing the best he can there, but he starts to fight this peeping thing again. He's not sure why it surfaced, and now he believes that there are people out there watching him. So it's it's definitely psychological horror. It's very heavily inspired by Polanski's The Tenant, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. No, I don't think Roman Polanski is a good person. I wouldn't have him over.
Right.
I don't watch, give him money or whatever. But The Tenant is fucking great. And I saw it before I knew any of that stuff, and that's just it's a brilliant movie, and it's inspired. And early Brian De Palma, Blowout, and these kinds of things. Actually, Kill List has a little bit of an inspiration there, Mike.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. That is a hell of a mixture.
And The Wicker Man.
Oh shit! What?
The original Wicker Man or the remake?
Why would you even fucking open your mouth and say that? Are you trying to fucking get me upset?
That remake is a lot of fun. It sounds like a great movie. I love the idea of, like you said, exploring the sort of compulsion that drives somebody like that. Because when we see Peeping Toms in movies, it's always in a comedy, right? It was like Animal House, the guy's on a ladder trying to look through a window and it falls over or whatever, and it's a joke, and we all play it
off.
Into
the Nerds or something.
Yeah. But so taking something like that, or it turns into
a slasher too. By the way, you're talking about, it's not this. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think taking something like that and taking more of a realistic and horrifying look at it is super interesting.
It is horrifying too. It's messed up. It's it's an invasion.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
He's a sexual predator.
Yeah.
So now, I'm sorry, Rob. Were you going into something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm never going anywhere.
Trust me, I know fucking know.
Just circles. That's all I do is just
The
circles.
remake or the original? I know. So you have this project that you've been wanting to do forever, your entire, even before your professional career, passion project.
Right.
You get all the people who are originally involved in this. You're putting it all together. You're finally getting to do it. And on top of it all, Damian, you get to portray like your character, the character Martin, is what this is all about. You know, the mind fuck of it all. Everything surrounds around this.
Total vanity project. Yeah.
Absolutely. What's it like being able to finally put this? I mean, you kind of went into that, but how important, like, your preparation for this, like, what goes into all that, playing probably the most important character of your career, because this is what you want to do forever.
I remember when we did that first go around, when we launched that first Kickstarter,
Right.
Barbara Crampton was going to play the hypnotherapist, and she read the script. She's like, "Oh my God, like this script is incredible." She's like, "This part, like this is an incredible role for like a person. Like this is a game-changing role for me." And she didn't know anything about me. Nobody knew anything about me. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I was like, it is an incredible part. It's taxing. It's got all the layers, but like, I don't think that the movie's a game changer. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, as we've mentioned before, like not the kind of movie that's going to take off like that. You know, there's no clowns in it or anything. Well, there's some clowns in it, but just not in makeup.
Just that guy, Martin.
I know I didn't answer your question. The answer to your question is that, yeah, going into it, I remember it's probably like the second or third scene. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm as good an actor as I thought I was. I should have prepared. All right. That's it.
Okay.
I was just so busy trying to get the movie made, I forgot to prepare for it as an actor. No, I'm just kidding. Of course. Of course. Yeah, no, it was a lot. It was the most I've done by far. And you know, like that's when you're doing something like that, or you know, like a Macbeth. Like I'm not saying Martin Malone's like Oscar-worthy performance, but it's intense and serious, and it's like there's a lot going on there. So when you do something like that, and then you know, I go to do the legacy sequel to Strangers Prey at Night. I mean, it's kind of a cakewalk emotionally wise. I won't be, you know, because I'm old as it is. So, you know, I'll be in a fucking cane. But it's just nothing to it.
Yeah.
For the other things. Not that they're not fun or that you shouldn't do them. I would do it the right one again. If someone wants to remake Final Exam or The Burning, I'll play fucking Cropsy or that fucking schlub.
About The Burning again.
The Burning is a good movie, Mikey. The Burning is a good movie.
You're interviewing me.
I was just saying, the Burning's bad.
Final Exam is also a good movie if you haven't seen it.
I don't understand. How can you be like, The Burning is bad, but then talk about some of the movies you talk about?
I gave The Burning a 3.9.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, you guys were really mean to The Burning on that episode. I don't understand it. It was a very good movie.
And in the grand scheme of movies, out of 10, it is a 3.
Out of 10.
But like, what did you give Friday the 13th Part 3? Look it up right now.
I think we did do Friday the 13th.
Yeah, come on.
I don't see it listed. Oh, I do have it somewhere. I'll find it eventually, but I'll tell you right now, off the top of my head.
Right now. Let's go.
Probably like an 8 something. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're fucking with me. I know you're fucking. Come on, just be real for once. Be real for once. What, a 1?
I don't remember what I gave it off the top of my head.
No. Interview's over. I'm asking you for your review.
Oh, you want the
Friday
actual?
The 13th,
Okay.
Part 3.
All right.
I want you the number.
I'm looking it up now because we did do it for Murder by Numbers. We just don't have it on our movie list.
Don't you have it in your head? You'd be like, okay, this one was Shelley, the 3D, the yo-yo.
He's not that intelligent.
So, that's what I'm saying. Off the top of my head, not looking back at what I gave it, at least an 8. Yeah. No, I stand by that. It's a real number. There you go.
Are you fucking telling me that you gave Friday the 13th Part 3 an 8 out of 10?
I don't remember exactly what I gave it, but right now, yes, I am. Right now. But yes, that was in the neighborhood of what I did.
That's fucking crazy. Like that's. I wish you had told me that before. I wouldn't have come on.
You knew how I felt about these
That
movies.
movie is absolutely awful. It is absolutely awful. The only redeeming quality, and I don't give a shit, but for people who's like, that's where he gets the mask. That movie is just insanely bad. and you gave it an 8, and you're shitting on The Burning. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Shitting on The Burning.
Why? Because of Weinstein? Fuck you.
I'm not the necrophilia guy.
What, because it's got a final guy? Is that what you don't like? You hate guys or something? Some kind of feminist or something?
He can't stand George Costanza. That is weird when you watch The Burning and Harvey's name comes up, isn't it? Like,
it sucks.
That Harvey's name comes up, and
Yeah.
it's a final guy. Like,
Yeah.
you can't give enough respect to the little woman around. It's a piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
I know you don't. I get what you mean, though, man. Like, your purpose is this. There's so many different levels of acting. It's like acting is such a blanket statement. Like, this is something, and I get that from you. Like, every time we talk about some of your roles, you're looking for this. This is the depth you want.
Yeah, and like people think, because like when I went to acting school, I went to William Esper Studio, really fucking great, serious acting schools. Like kind of, it's in New York City, so like the first week, you'd have like 40 students, and then you'd come back and there was like 15 because everyone like ran, and all the models left. People couldn't hack. This is like boot camp, and right. I mean, I'm I can act. It's good. I'm serious, but like it's always so strange to people that I love horror movies, and I was a horror movie guy. He's like, oh, here's Damian. He loves horror movies. It's like, because that's not. It's like Damian's a little off. He likes horror movies. Like he wants to be a serious actor, but he wants to do horror movies. Like you can only do one or the other. Like no, there are some good horror movies with legitimate actors.
Yeah, man. Silence of the Lambs and all these things. Yeah.
Yeah, you get that. I mean, throughout history you can find movies. I mean, The Changeling.
Yeah. I mean, the 70s and early 80s.
Yeah, so many good ones.
It was before, the slasher boom, where it was like, oh, we can make this for like whatever's in my pocket with a bunch of unknown.
Right. But sometimes you get people, I mean, Kevin Bacon's in the first Friday the 13th. That guy's all right.
Yeah, there's good actors.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell's and Happy Hell Night and, all that stuff.
Yeah, Johnny Depp and Nightmare.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp and Nightmare, George Costanza in The Burning, Fisher Stevens in The Burning.
So, yeah, they pop up, and now I feel like
Hunter in The Burning.
We're seeing a lot of movies, I think, with a lot of great roles for actors in the horror genre.
I want the meteor acting roles. Like I would love to do like a maniac, or or like a driller killer. Oh, that's not that good. It's actually public domain, so if you guys want to remake Driller Killer, we could.
Nice.
Yeah, no, think about it. You don't have to answer now.
We'll put it on the company card, Mikey.
We'll mull it around.
Okay.
We'll just use the company card.
I told you, that company card's in debt and it's past due.
They didn't spend any money on the original movie. Why should we have to for the next one? Just make coffee. Yeah, but like, I would want, anytime I'm trying to get involved in something or pushing something, it's going to be horror. And just because I want to do stuff like this doesn't mean I don't value or wouldn't do the mass killer thing.
Right. Just this is definitely your passion. And you have Felissa Rose in it that I see listed on IMDb, Terry Kiser. I mean, who also Friday the 13th. I just want to say that. On Friday the 13th.
Yeah, he didn't know that, but yeah, I did.
but so like you have some names in there now. It's almost like you guys have a little bit of everything that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're not names for movie,
True.
Well, I mean, Terry Kiser was Bernie.
I knew that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, look, I wanted to. In this, there were other people popping up to play this role. We didn't have any money, right? So it was like, but like Joe Bob Briggs' name came up, and I was like, I don't want fucking Joe Bob Briggs playing this part. And like, I want an actor. So he was a good, they're great.
Good for you, though, man. Like, that's not the movie you were trying to make.
Right.
Yeah.
And but cut that out. Delete that.
Cartman? All right.
I met Terry at a convention. Obviously, Weekend at Bernie's the greatest movie of all time. Obviously. I can quote that movie front to end all day long.
It's a wonderful movie. Wonderful movie.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
And his physical work in there is fucking like that's like he doesn't say shit, after he dies. Spoiler. But like he does fucking crazy work in there. But so I was at a Man and Monster convention. I was a guest there, and I was like, I gotta. Went over there and met him, and then because he's always smoking, so he's outside smoking. We hit it up. We were talking, and then we rode to the airport together, and stood outside the airport, smoking, and just talking, and we parted ways, and on my way back, I was like, Terry Kiser's got to play the fucking professor, and went back to the team. And like, oh yeah. I was like, well, he's like 20 years older than says the character. I was like, he doesn't look like that. Like, he smokes like a chimney and goes to raves. So, like, this is who I want because I know he's a wonderful actor. Yeah, he's known for playing a corpse, but like, anybody who knows me thinks, a baghead guy. So right. I was like, he can do this. And, so I was like insistent on it. And we went out to him and he turned it down. It wasn't much money, but he was worried because there's so much dialogue. But I was like, I got to fucking talk to him. And I was like, you can do this and it's going to be this and that. And like, I was like, I want to give him as much as we can. So yeah, I mean, I fucking got him and we've been very close friends since. We've done other movies together, which I've suckered him into, poor bastard. But we've had some of it. Fucking got it.
But yeah, because his dollar per word rate in Weekend at Bernie's had to be, I would imagine, pretty high.
Right. Yeah. Man, someone's got to get him on a commentary. Commentary Kiser. Because he can fucking just talk about it. This stuff, like the stories he has are great. But so very happy about getting Terry in there. He's brilliant, and we had some great stuff together. And there's this other great big Kate Kiddo plays kind of my love interest in the movie. Maybe she's not so much interested in me. It's a Peeping Tom movie, so
sure.
In Peeping Tom movies, your love interest doesn't necessarily know you're alive.
That's a one-way street.
Yeah. At least she's alive.
It was a tough shoot. Not fun, but a good group.
Had Hannah Fearman directed anything before this?
She had that. Oh, and Hannah, when we did the first go around of Peeping Tom, she was going to play the love interest.
Oh.
Because I met Hannah during Live Mansion. Yeah, miserable failure.
Sure.
But then we kind of stayed in touch.
Nice.
Delete that. Just Cartman.
Okay.
So
back out.
Yeah, but then like I don't know. We did a couple other movies together, and I was like, I was like, do you want to direct it?
She's directed a couple things: The Lucid and Dead by Midnight. I see a list for her.
I think The Lucid is the name of a band. Is that true?
Oh, it's a music video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's interesting too, though. Hell yeah.
So what was the other one?
Dead by Midnight.
Right. I think that's an anthology, maybe. So she did a segment in that.
Okay.
Maybe I made it up. But anyway, that was it. But I did see it, but it wasn't out by that time.
Okay, fair enough. So if you had to guess, I know you said no distribution yet, and you guys are working on all of that. If you had, like, in your perfect world, if things worked out the way you would want it to, given the situation now, when could you guess people could look out for this? Because I am pumped to see this movie.
Oh, man.
Just a guesstimate, you hope.
I hope? Well, let's see. It'll premiere this year.
Okay.
In the fall, winter, but this year. I would hope by summer of 2026.
Okay. All right, so everybody can start looking out for it around then.
I hope.
Right.
I kind of just want to fucking be done with it.
I bet. Yeah, because I know, dude, you've been talking about this for a long time, man. So yeah, I'm glad you're finally.
Everyone's tired. And people are going to see it. They're like, this was it? 20 years of this?
I feel like a project like this, there's so much that is just got to be frustrating to deal with, right? Because you just want to be an actor, right? But you're stuck in crowdfunding campaigns.
Oh, God. So
and crazy people who want to start a relationship with you. And now you got to deal with trying to get into film festivals and trying to find distribution. Like, all of that just sounds like a headache.
It's horrible. And to be quite honest, I don't have that much. That's why I'm always like trying to get my name off as a producer, because like I'm not like, there's Ryan James is like the main producer of it. He does all of the work. I mean, I do stuff, but I try to keep my nose in where I know I can be a help, or know what I'm talking about. You know, like casting, or effects, or posters. You know, like a lot of the stuff, you know, like I don't need to put my nose in there. And like Ryan does a lot of the slugging work. So, you know, like on set, like that's where like he was doing all the work there, because I couldn't fucking deal with this. Like, I gotta act my ass off here. I gotta carry this movie on my shoulders, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm working here, okay? Get out of my space. I don't care what's for lunch. Just fucking cook it.
Yeah, the world of independent filmmaking seems like a pain in the ass. You know, next one, you should just go to like one of those big companies like Universal and have them give you the money.
Oh, hey, I get checks. I get checks from Universal, right? I get residual checks. So I'm basically just up in there.
I'm mad at Universal right now, so we're not going to talk about them.
Or every time I go to like the Universal City Walk in LA, all those places, like the restaurant, like you go to a restaurant, it's like, we don't have a table open, but I get residuals from Universal. So you sure want your check again? It doesn't work.
So when they look at you and you're like, sir, please leave.
Like, oh, your $1.18 residual check.
That's also the dude. But you have another thing that you have coming out. Well, you're not working on, but you're in Slasher Trash. I know you are excited about that.
And if he hears it, and I imagine it's a movie called Sundown. I filmed. It's a found footage movie.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I did.
I like found footage.
Yeah. It's a spooky found footage. It's maybe some demons, maybe some hauntings. I don't know. So it's Marcus Slabine directed it with Brian Kilboard, and sorry, my phone's going in and out. And Brian wrote it as well. So they co-directed it, and I mean that was a great group there, and I really enjoyed that. That has a fucking great poster. I don't know if you've seen that poster. I'll send you that poster. Bloody Disgusting ran it. That's an incredible poster for that movie. Sundown, starring Damian Maffei, Emily Sweet.
Literally just clicked on its IMDb page, and where the poster is supposed to be is just a blank image.
Not that. Bloody Disgusting. I don't run the IMDb page. I think Bloody Disgusting.
I love found footage. Like I feel like I annoy people with how much I like found footage. Like big tap Paranormal Activity fan, Blair Witch Project.
What's your favorite found footage movie?
Blair Witch Project. Not to sound corny, dude. I truly love that movie.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just met Michael C. Williams. I was just at a charity appearance with him. What a wonderful, sweet guy.
He's going off lately, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he unretired. He was like, taking care of his kids and teaching and stuff. And he was just like, what a... sometimes I'll meet people who are just like so nice and so like kind of like calm, and I just feel bad because like I know like what an asshole I am, and like
you have to deal with me.
And I'm like, you need to get away from me. I'll ruin you, bro. You'll be back in the fucking corner.
That's hilarious. I've been seeing a lot of his stuff pop up, dude, and I've been so happy. He's going to be doing, just worth mentioning for him alone, he's going to be having like these TikTok things on his TikTok, so everybody go look that up, where he's going to like something about Blair Witch every day of the month or something. I'm
not going on TikTok. I like him, but not that much.
I don't blame you for fucking TikTok. But so found footage, love found footage. So I didn't even know about this. I'm looking at it right now. Is this coming out like soon?
I just did ADR for it.
Oh, okay. So we got a little bit. So
not soon, but I'd say within a year. Because like Marcus, like on the Peeping Tom movie there, like I got into cahoots there with this group called Fuzz on the Lens. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Oh, Ted of Fire, yes.
Yeah, why do I know their name?
They produced this movie called Terrifier and Scream, right? So I got in the cahoots with this group because
Hell yeah.
fucking, well, no, because I'm fucking on the East Coast there and there and fucking like New York, Staten Island, Jersey and shit, right? So it's like trying to do a fucking thing, you know, like cannolis and bagels and shit.
Holy shit.
You know? So, you know, like, we're just trying to make fucking art over here.
We're out in here.
So they all worked on Peeping Tom, you know?
Okay.
Different.
Fuzz on the lens, you saying?
Oh,
hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
They're all in it. And then kind of like teamed up. So I'm in Stream and we did this.
Stream 2 also?
Sure. Yeah. Which, I actually said I won't mention because I hated it so much. So, but that wasn't their fault. I'm not going to fucking utter piss on it. I don't know. Cartman over that? I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
I don't think you do. I don't think you
don't?
do. I don't think so. I'm going to say it. Can you get rid of it?
Yeah, I got you. No.
Never heard of that.
Did not.
I might have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, though. I'm a little found footage slut, dude. I love that shit. So I didn't know about this, and now I'm actually excited. I'm excited now.
I dyed my hair blonde. Maybe you'll remember when I dyed my hair blonde.
Ah, that's what that was for. Okay.
That's platinum blonde.
Your hair was Sundown, then. Was that the pun, or
that's
no?
it. That's the plot.
Nice.
So yeah, cool group. Really good group.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll. I mean, I told them I'm not going to be mentioning movies because then, like, the first question is like, where can we see it? And I don't have these answers. But did you see the poster yet? It's a cool poster.
It is a badass poster.
It is, yeah.
It's a pretty fucking cool poster. So yeah, Sundown. But yeah, I was like, you know, I'm always watching these horror documentaries on Shudder and wherever else. Like 100 Scariest. Oh, this is bullshit. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like, why won't anyone ask me? Like, this person is not even a fucking horror fan. Fucking ask me. And finally, I got in there. So there's a slasher documentary. Fucking great. And it's really cool because it's about more obscure slashers. And it's like the brainchild of someone I've known for a few years on the internets. Handles like Slasher Trash. That's his whole thing.
Big channel on Twitter for all you Twitterans on there.
Yeah.
If you're a horror fan, that
you know, like, he doesn't look the part. I always thought that because he just looks like a soccer fan or football, as they call it, over across the pond. But man, like, he fucking like he knows shit. But he's always appreciated me because, like, we linked up because, you know, I've done a couple slasher movies, but, like, as is the case, like, my depth of knowledge of slasher movies, especially like the proto slashers, is alarming and very nerdy and deep. And so, you know, like, we kind of had a friendship there. And, like, if he wants to talk about Scream Bloody Murder with something, he can talk about it with me. I'm the guy. And I knew he was doing this documentary, and I was like, motherfucker, if you don't enlist me, like, you're dead. Like, is it worth it? Is your life worth it?
is this what you want to do?
Yeah, like, you sure? It was like, because I can't go through it again. Like Roy Scheider, Jaws 2. It's like, better do something about this one.
I got a necrophilia guy. All right.
God, yeah. Like, I got a guy who fucking writes shit about someone fucking some corpse next to your room. He'll insist on it.
I love that it's obscure slashers.
Oh yeah, no, that's that. Well, that's the thing is, like, I do kind of specialize in the proto slashers, which I don't know if you nerds know is slasher movies before Halloween. Yeah. So
there were slasher movies before Halloween?
Thanks.
Oh my God.
Thanks for your question. Yeah.
Bruh.
They asked if I would participate. I was like, fuck you. Are you kidding me? And then they sent me the sheet of this whole spreadsheet of titles. And they were like, look at the ones in red. And if something there jumps out at you, let us know. And we'll, you know, see if you get to talk about it. If another title pops up that's not, like, you know, tell us that you're really good. I was like, oh my God. And I'm not going to say the titles I'm going to talk about.
Right.
Sure.
Like, I was like, I'm your person for some of these. Like, these, and I can go deep on some of these deeper ones. It's like I am very passionate. Like I may be the only person with the passion for this particular movie here. So yeah, I was very, probably much more excited than anyone thought I was going to be about being involved in that.
That's all, because you see so many documentaries of, oh, we're gonna go. This is a slasher documentary. Let's talk about Halloween. It's like, how much are you going to hear about it? You know, I love those movies too, but these are for the ones that people don't hear about, and you can actually learn things from and find new movies that you never even knew before. And the twist of it of, like, yeah, you can get a bunch of horror fans like, you know, me, Rob, Cass, and, you know, whatever, and we can talk about all we want, but like they're actually getting people from within the industry with an actual, like, you know, textbook knowledge.
Oh yeah, it's being directed by Michael Gingold, who, you know, has worked for Fangorian Rue Morgue for, you know, 150 years. He hasn't aged a fucking day, so someone look into that. But
called him a vampire live. Damn,
I've said it to his face. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because, like, I've known you for 25, 30 years. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, Paul Rudd looks old now, but Mike Gingold hasn't aged.
Yeah.
Just fucking share it with a motherfucker. Like,
that's all we want.
Just fucking, like, why hold on to this shit? Like, what are you doing with it? And for people who are interested in, and everyone should be, if you go to slashertrashdoc.com, get on the wait list and see a whole bunch of other shit. And I implore you to do so, because, like, we all know about Scream and Halloween. Like, we don't need more of that. Yeah. For now, let's take a break. But there's some really fucking cool, actually good slasher movies out there y'all have never heard of. And I'm going to bring it to you. Bill Lustig is doing a segment on there. There's this now, the director of Maniac.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I've always loved that, because they've done a few documentaries, man. Like I said, them Slash and Trash and I have been interacting on Twitter forever. You know, just because, like, before any of this, whatever. And, like, he's just a true fan of the genre. Yeah, you know, like, you see people on Twitter saying, like, what's your favorite Scream movie or whatever the fuck, but, like, this guy is posting shit that is like, whoa, where? That, you know.
And he can also talk you through the table about Friends.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, wow. Jennifer Aniston? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
See, it's just like, what is going on? But, you know, it's so interesting and awesome. He's awesome.
Well, I just signed up for the wait list, so I'm on there.
Yes.
Look at that.
I've been on there already, Rob, so fuck you.
Oh, my God.
Just fucking talk. That's the kind of friend you are. You'll sign up for something and not even tell me about it. Like, Wilfred would have told me about it months ago when you did it.
Like I just did, sending Rob the link.
You're just like that guy at Live Match. What did he tell me?
God damn.
Actually, so when you go on the Slasher Trash doc site, does it ask you to give you a review of Friday 13th Part 3? Like, in case they don't want you?
You know, by the way, I figured out we did not, we didn't do the movie individually, so we ranked the franchise. I can tell you where I put it in the Friday the 13th franchise, which doesn't mean shit to you, but I don't have an official rating. But yeah, I'm safe to give it an 8 right now, live, in front of everybody. Stand on that. In the neighborhood.
That's crazy. Can I get, like, ballpark ratings from the other two? Maybe it's me.
For Part 3?
Part 3, off the top of your head.
It's fucking 3D. It's got the disco music in the beginning.
I got lucky. I saw it in 3D a couple of last year or 2 years ago or something. It's a movie. There's a small theater here that runs old horror movies throughout October, and they showed it in 3D, and I was real excited to go see it.
She blacks out at one point. If she's crawling in the woods and he's going after her, she blacks out, wakes up, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not explained. It's like, hello.
There's like a flashback, and for some reason, Jason looks exactly like he does modern day, but it's something that happened years ago. I'm trying to see where did I put that one in the franchise?
I'm looking up my letterbox real quick just to see.
All right, so that's...
The guy gets his hand. He gets his hand cut off, and then he comes back and he's got a hand.
I'd land it roughly as 6.5 off the top of my head.
That's low, dude.
6.5.
What do you give it, Damian?
You want my review of it?
What's your out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
2.
That's gross.
Oh, wow.
At best. And that's kind.
That's gross.
Well, let me ask you this. Is this a rating based on just movies in general? Like The Exorcist is a 10, or
we all gave The Exorcist a 10.
Yeah, we all gave The Exorcist.
Like movies. Like Jaws or E.T. is, or is this just
horror movies?
It's just horror movies?
I think it's, for my ratings, it's just horror movies. And also I factor in a lot, do I think they accomplished what they were trying to accomplish? Whether I like what they're doing or not, did they accomplish what they wanted to?
Yeah, but sometimes people aren't accomplishing anything. You don't give them credit for that.
Well, they're just having fun. And that's a fun.
Look, I'm going to go out and take a shit on the roof of this car. Did it?
If you shit on the roof of that car, you did it. Yeah, that's resulting.
Well, I mean, you did do it, so kudos for that.
I mean, kudos for a job well done.
If we're just doing horror movies, you know what? I'm going to change my original rating. So, just horror movies, 2.5.
Oh wow.
Movies, it's a 1.
Damn.
Right. Yeah,
it's absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I put it in at a 4.5.
4.5, Ken.
Yeah.
I just learned something new about him. I'm never going to look at you the same way again.
It's like incoherent.
By the way, too, I have a friend of mine and I, years and years ago, had mapped out, we were planning on taking a shit on a car. It was a family member, long story. If you really think about it, it's harder than you think. I'm just going to leave that there.
Taking a shit on a car? Depends on what kind of car, I think. It's like an Oldsmobile, or Cadillac.
No, it's an SUV. You got to get up there, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but there was one point, Mikey, where you talked to me about that, and I told you I'd shit on the bumper. That would be the best way to do it. That'd be the easiest way to do it.
That's why you have to, your ratings adapt.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also personal. Is it mixed in there a little bit? It's a whole big thing. But yeah, that's... We covered a wide range. We literally went down the whole board of the scale of this
I don't
movie.
want to be like that stuff. Like I never begrudge anyone for liking something. Not really. But
except me, apparently.
Yep.
No, it's always you that comes to me, you fucking liar.
That may or may not happen sometimes. That's true.
He'll just pop in and be like, hey, so Friday 13th Part 6, huh? What? What? Why?
That may or may not happen every now and again. That is true. But Damian, I have one last question to ask you, dude.
Yeah.
And by the way, everybody listening to this, everything that we talked about for Slasher Trash, the links will be in the bio too. So wherever the hell this goes.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So definitely sign up for that if you're a real horror fan. That's the shit you need. But I was going to ask you, since Halloween is coming up, give us just a couple of your go-to Halloween season movies, like stuff you watch around October, obviously excluding the Friday the 13th movies. I know you love to watch all those year round.
Well, those are summer movies, really, so I kind of...
He's not wrong.
What are just some of your go-to?
I'm going to be honest here, and I'm going to try not to say something pretentious. I don't really watch seasonal. I don't really now I got to start my seasonal rotation. And it is a big part of, because I am mostly watching horror movies all year round. So I don't really go for the fall related too much.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm a big disappointment. For winter, I like Christmas stuff. I do.
Okay, so what are those then? Let's get it. Everybody's got their damn Christmas decorations out.
Can you just have me back on?
I mean,
I don't know. I'm not watching Haunt. What else is there? Is there any other Halloween movies?
No, I meant Christmas. What do you watch around Christmas then?
No. Okay. You really want to talk about that?
I'm a little scared.
I'm curious.
Well, I watch Christmas Evil every year.
Great movie. Love Christmas Evil.
It is a bit of a comfort movie to me, and I don't know why.
Fair.
But that's the kind of thing I'd love to do. Fiona Apple's father. That's a great movie. It's Fiona Apple's father, by the way.
That explains a lot about her.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they spent much time together.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that. Okay.
Definitely Christmas Evil.
Fiona Apple's a musician, by the way, Mikey. I know you don't know those kind of things.
She's still around. She's still around to some degree. Tarantino used to be obsessed with her.
Yeah, she's very good. Yeah.
She's a really fascinating kind of story, which is really cool about spending time with a dying dog, so canceling a concert.
Yeah.
I think that was her. If I made that up, just Cartman over it.
I got to do research now.
Someone definitely did.
Fact check our guest, Mikey.
God damn.
I mean, do I have to say Black Christmas or like?
Of course, that's.
Well, the original or the remake?
Oh.
Which remake?
What a decline, too. Holy shit.
Every 5 years, I put on the remake because people have harassed me enough. They're like, if you think about it, it's really not that bad.
Yeah,
I'll fall for that.
I know. That's one of the ones I know. People are always telling me it's not that bad. And nope, I've seen it. It's terrible.
So Black Christmas, and that, I could talk for hours just about the journey that I've gone on with Black Christmas from its basic obscurity, at least to me, to where it is now, which still isn't enough because not everyone's like it's the greatest horror movie ever made, which it is. But it's like now I can go in December and see it on film in places.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I got like Black Christmas hoodies and shit. Like that's, I'm sneaking on to the filming locations. Oh, whoops.
Apartment.
I mean, how many times am I in Canada? So,
we're always in Canada when Cass is around.
Hey, shut up. Leave me alone.
So, yeah, Black Christmas. What else do I watch? Like those two, definitely. I watch a movie called Silent Night, Bloody Night.
Okay.
Which I adore. It's from 1972. It is a proto slasher. It's got the original creepy phone calls in it. So, you know, like before Black Christmas. It's got all the Andy Warhol all-stars in there. Mary Warnoff, Patrick O'Neill, who's fantastic. I love that one, shot on Long Island, so I've gone by that location too. Those are three that I absolutely must check in on. Everything else, like, there's no other must for me. Like right now I'm binge watching Smallville. So if like I'm done with Smallville by the time that comes around, then but like I can't give up. I can't stop watching Smallville right now. So
I understand that. Yeah, you get to binge on something.
Yeah, I can't like mix in the horror shit right now. What other titles? What are you sad to hear that isn't in my must watch?
Well, I can tell you one that's I'm glad, and this is the type of shit that Rob watches. Don't let him fool you, being all nice and talking about good movies in front of you. He acts a fool.
I love trash.
Santa Jaws is on his every year watch list.
Every year?
Yes.
Santa Jaws is incredible. It's an incredible film.
What is going on?
He'll watch that shit in July.
It's I'll watch that right now. Santa Jaws is amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm also a big fan of Santa's Sleigh, starring WWE superstar Bill Goldberg.
Oh my God.
With former SAG president Brand Drescher.
That's right. Yeah.
Did we just add on to the bit?
We might have.
Every time Rob says that movie, he adds the WWE superstar Bill Goldberg, and it irritates the shit out of me.
Hey, listen. Santa's Sleigh doesn't go hard enough. It's soft. Okay.
Wow.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's like there's all like literally no blood in there, so it's just loud. It doesn't go hard enough. So take that.
I can see that. But I also like what I consider like good movies. Like I like Don't Open Till Christmas. I think is a really good one.
Okay. I mean, I could talk about that for a while because I was fascinated by the movie's director and star Edmund Purdom, also of Pieces, who was once being groomed to be one of the bigger Hollywood stars, and kind of fell out of favor. And I wrote a paper on him when I was like in middle school.
Wow, I didn't know all that. I don't even think I knew it was the same guy who made Pieces, which I also really like. He's
only in Pieces. He plays the dean.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Yeah, Pieces is a good movie.
Spoiler.
This is a very interesting topic for us to be on. Damian, real quick, because you've always been like, when we have an argument about a horror movie, we'll ask you. Let me just run through, since we're talking about Christmas horror movies, there's enough of those to debate on this show. Just thumbs up, thumbs down, real quick.
Why the hell are we talking about Christmas movies?
I have no idea. It's Damian's fault. I know it is.
Vinegar Syndrome gifted me their beautiful copy of Don't Open Till Christmas, by the way, which is highly recommended for fans of it.
It's a very good movie. I really like it.
All right. Well, I mean, let's not get crazy. Since the Santa Jaws thing, I can't believe anything.
Santa Jaws is incredible too. I think that's a movie that everybody needs to revisit and take a little more seriously.
No.
Oh boy.
No. What do you think about Krampus, Damian? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Generally. I don't really love it.
All right. What about Jack Frost?
Jack Frost with the snowman movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, come on.
That's an A+. Everybody knows that. Jack Frost is incredible cinema.
Look, I don't do stuff like. I mean, I've seen it, but like I'm not a fun person. Like anyone will tell you, Damian's not fun. Like you can't just sit there and have fun with a movie. Right?
Ooh.
Delete all this stuff.
Yes, fully understood, obviously. But that's all right.
This is why.
This is why. Do you know how much editing you're giving me to do, dude?
I love it. Keep it going.
It's funny because Rob just said last week, every time we were talking to Cass about talking to you, and he goes, every time we talk to Damian, it's like more and more has to get deleted. Yeah. And this stays true today.
I love that. You're just making Mikey go to work.
You are. Jesus Christ.
For once.
The amount of demonetization we're going to get on YouTube for South Park is ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
But you're good. But Damian, we appreciate the hell out of you, dude. It is always a blast getting to talk to you. And like I said, everything that Damian has coming up that can be posted will be in the description of all this, everything, everywhere. This. What's so funny?
Oh, we just laughing, having a good time. I guess I can have fun, I suppose.
See?
Not Jack Frost kind of fun.
See? No, just now maybe you've gotten in touch with your inner fun side. Watch Jack Frost. I think you'll love it.
Don't watch Jack Frost.
I've seen it.
It's so good.
He's got the big white oven mitts. And, what's her name from the American Pie movies?
Yeah.
So as much as you give me shit for my movie taste, this is what I deal with. All right.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah. The Sharks of the Corn is what I deal with.
You watched the Amityville movies? Like all those, like Amityville Toilet and stuff?
I watched Amityville Death Toilet. Thought it was pretty funny. Not great, but funny. It felt like
good.
It felt like they had about a 15-page script that they decided to turn into an 80-minute movie. It was not great, but it had its moments. Amityville in Space, though, is worth checking out.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but like I used to live in Amityville, right by the house. And I really always wanted to do a stage production of the Amityville Horror. I thought it would translate well to theater. And I'm always trying to just go back and do theater and all this stuff. But the relentless barrage of movies is
right.
They keep coming.
I knew you were a Long Island dude too, but so I didn't know you were in Amityville though. All American burger, God tier burger of the world. True or false?
Yeah, it's pretty great. Well, before that, I lived in Massapequa Park, so it was even closer.
Okay, yeah.
That's right in there. Yeah. It's pretty great and cheap. Yeah, all American. Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Levittown, Massapequa Park, then Amityville.
Nice. We were like a couple cities over neighbors. Isn't that crazy? Imagine that. I could have knocked on your door and talked to you about Friday the 13th Part 7.
I was gonna say, that's unfortunate.
Man, that would have been so great. Silent Night, Bloody Night was filmed in Oyster Bay.
Did not know that. Holy
which
shit.
Is now in a house, which is now a historical landmark. Not because of the movie.
I was going to say because of that movie.
No, I wish.
But Damian, dude, thank you so much for hopping on, man. Let everybody know where they can get in touch with you. Or if people want them to leave you the hell alone. That works too. Fair enough.
Nowhere. You don't want this action anyway. I don't know. I still have social media. Just maybe I'll post it. I don't know. Who knows? Depends. Ask me tomorrow.
All right.
Instagram. Instagram still up.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what? You can reach out to Mike if you want to ask me something or give feedback. And Mike will tell me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I can deal with my own shit.
The complaint department. Stop complaining.
Yep.
Wonderful.
All right.
But thank you so much, man. This has been a fucking ball.
Well, thanks for having me on again. And if I survive long enough, we'll do it again.
Hell of a deal, dude.
Thanks for
the rest of the night. We appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone. I'll talk to you later.
Dude.
Bye.
Bye.
Holy shit.
All right.
He's funny.